Hello, welcome back to Average Gamer Plays Factorio. Now, as you can see, I'm back in my sandpit world, and I've been playing around with this green circuit idea. So this is what I've come up with. As you can see through the thin thumbnail up there, I've been quite busy. What I've got is, I abandoned the idea of having green and red circuits on the same in the same octagon, because I wanted to I was thinking it was going to get too busy and I wouldn't actually have enough room for the trains at the other end to pick up the products. So I concentrated on the idea of having two sets of green circuit factories, one on top of the other, and I worked out that I could fit those in if I just sort of slightly fiddled around with these lines coming in. And then I realized that if I'm not doing red circuits on here, I only need copper plate and iron plate coming in, and the number of plates coming in on these lines was enough to satisfy this factory. It wasn't going to be enough to satisfy another factory along here unless I had another set of lines coming in. As I did some calculations and worked out that one of these factories, or rather two of these factories, uses 1920 copper and 1920 iron plate, which is enough for one line. I changed from having three input stations, being one being copper plate, one being iron plate and one being plastic, to having four sets of input stations, two of them being copper and two of them being iron. One copper feeds this one and this one, and the other copper goes over the top and feeds these two factories over here. And then the whole thing repeats at the bottom as well. So I've got basically 8 factories making green circuits. And then I just had to work out, I had to work out where to put the how to load them onto the trains taking the circuits back out again. So all the trains leave on this junction here, and I don't know if that's going to be a problem. Hopefully the train, if it gets sort of delayed here, a train should be able to leave and go out onto the rest of the base quite quickly. A train might only be delayed here for a couple of seconds while something else actually moves out the way, so it shouldn't be a big problem. I might need to expand the stackers on here, because these chests hold 48 stacks of 200. So each chest here holds 9,600 green circuits. And there's a lot of chests here for each train. I think this whole section can hold about 400,000 green circuits. A train with 8 wagons can hold 64,000. Which means that this station, when it's absolutely full, can supply, I think it was 7.2 trains. And I've only got stackers here for 4. So I might need to, it all depends sort of how greedy the rest of the factory is for green circuits, because if there's like, this has just got 4 green circuit supply stations, so if there's 5 places in the factory requesting green circuits, one of these will have a train stacked up on it, which is fine, because I've got plenty of space here for, I've got enough space here for 5, 10, 15, 20. So 4 on here plus 1 in here is 5, times the 4 stations is 20. So I've got enough capacity here for 20 trains to be stacked up, waiting to be, or being loaded with green circuits, or waiting to be loaded with green circuits. And I think I'm highly unlikely to have 20 concurrent requests for a green circuit train. May be wrong, but there is still a little bit of room to expand these stackers out here. And the way that this is designed, it does actually fill, even though the factories themselves are only like this little area and these little areas or whatever, the rest of the octagon is still filled a lot with railway lines, with things coming in and out, with belts and whatever. So I'm happy with this sort of design. I'll have to see how well this works in the main base with this. I can still move this up and down a little bit and have this slightly off center, because it may interfere with any rails going into, because I've got a couple of smelting arrays down here, and you never know, if I end up building this or duplicating this somewhere else in the station, what might be in the boxes next to it. So I'll have to maybe sort of fiddle about a little bit. I don't know if I can have, if I've got a set of rails, let's just sort of copy and paste that a little bit down there, and I've got a rails in. Let's have a rails out over there, and then I've got a rails in up there. Will they actually interfere with each other? Now, it doesn't seem to like some of these signals here, so let's take some of those off. So we've got, so that can go up there, that can go over there. It may well be see, this section here may be a bit too big, this yellow block. Because then we've got trains going up there, up that way. So this line always goes up because this is coming out from here. See, a train wouldn't ever go straight up this line. It would go up and along this way, or up and along this way, or up and out and up and out. So it would never go straight up and out the other side, which is fine because I don't think that is actually joined. It may look like it's joined, but it's not. These two lines actually just cross each other there. And then I've just got as many chain signals as I can squeeze in, because the annoying thing is that a train coming up here at the bottom and then going out onto this line here at the top. Oh yeah, there's one chain signal there, but I've not got enough room to put chain signals in absolutely everywhere, so there may still be potential for trains to crash into each other because I'm not able to squeeze enough signals in. So that particular design won't work. Now, it could well work if I had all these lines further apart from each other and I had more of a gap in between them. However, that would mean redesigning the entire base, and I'm not going to do that. So it might just be a lot easier to just make sure that my rails in got rails in over there and rails out. That they are just slightly offset from each other. So that might work a lot better and just have these very, very slightly offset. So I'll have to see how close I can actually get these rails in and rails out to be to each other. I'm going to sort of copy this en masse and just put it and make a massive blueprint. And let's just double check some of my cables so I can take that. Where is it? Oh, that goes to there, doesn't it? No? Where's that? Oh, that wire goes straight to the lamp. I think I need to take that one out and replace it with that one, so it goes from there to the combinator to the lamp. I need to make sure that all these stations are wired up properly. Let's see now if we can get this into our main world. So let me save this game and go back into my main world, and we'll see what happens when we put it down. Now, the problem I'm going to face here is that not only have I got a whole bunch of plastic here that I don't need, or that I will have to recycle and use somewhere else, is that I've already got copper and plastic and green circuits here as well. So let's see, these are all pretty full as well. In order for me to take this down, I need to empty it out. So let me just get rid of all this down here anyway. We definitely don't need that. Yeah, let's have a think about how best to sort of clear this out. Or should I just build it again from scratch in a completely different octagon, and then I'll move all this stuff over to the new octagon. I'll set up some sort of train. Let's just get rid of the ghosts on there. That could have been the easiest way to do it. So let's have a look at my map. If I built the green circuit factory here, because I might end up needing no, I'll build it down here, because I do like the idea of having the green circuit factories not being too far away from where the smelters are. And I don't, although I mean ultimately it might not make a lot of difference because there's going to be stuff coming in all over the place. But right, plan of action. Let's go down to there. Blueprint that, get it out of the way, and then I'll put down my blueprint for the green circuit factory in this octagon over here, which is fine because on the it's not going to interfere with any input on this side because we're not using it for the once again I've set my Spidertron off and I wasn't inside it. Right, let's just zoom out a little bit. I can see the full octagon. Blueprint. Complete octagon. green circuits. Shift. Paste. It's in. And we are starting to build it. Now this is going to take quite a bit of building, quite a few forwards and backwards trips. It occurred to me the other day whether it might be worth my while building a second Spidertron and just remote control that and have that go forwards and backwards for the building. I'll see how many trips I need to make to the depot or whatever to pick up my stuff. So I'm just wandering around in separate places. That's interesting, that line there. That blueprint there had a couple of extra train tracks on there that we didn't need. Right, I'm out of train lines now. So the whole thing is just going to involve running forwards and backwards, and you can see why people cover this area with roboports and just set up a building train and just let the robots get on with it. And you know, I mean, that's a reasonable idea, but you just end up with maybe too much stuff left in stock, or you know, too many robots left. You know, once you've finished, you're not going to use them anymore. Oh no! Hang on a minute. I've got that slightly off. Oh no, hang on. Right, autosave 1. 20. That's the oldest one at 15 minutes. Right, let's go back to that autosave. Right, yeah. I've lost the last 10 minutes of work, that's fine. So I'll just have to make sure when I put my blueprint down that it is actually, I might have to sort of zoom in a little bit and make sure that it is actually in the right place, or you know, I'm hoping that the blueprint that I've designed and that I've built does actually fit in with the octagon. You know, no, I did put down an octagon blueprint in my sandpit world, and I built it in that, so it should match the octagon that I've already got over here. So let's try again with putting this blueprint down. In fact, let's just wander down to like the bottom left corner. Let's turn my roboport off. That is lined up there. That's fine there. That's fine there. That is all now in the right place. So let's start at the top and work our way down, I think. Right, let's have a look at how big these, how much these chests over here have got in them. So there's nothing down there. There's items up here. So I'm thinking I could start emptying out the little factory that I started to build at the top. Yeah, let's do that. Let's right, let's turn off my RoboPort. Put all my stuff down in there. Put all the Spidertron stuff. Let's give him back some bots. Let's put that down in there. That down in there. Pick up some bots. That'll do. Make sure I've got my little remote control. There it is. Right, I am now finally finished building this green circuit factory. I had to do a tiny little bit of tweaking. I had some of these... let me just come out the Spidertron for a minute. When I placed down the blueprint, some of these lines leading in were actually on the wrong side, which is why. So this initially went over there and down that way. I think I'd copied and pasted it from somewhere else and rotated it, and it didn't quite line up, so I had to sort of move all those around, which is why this doesn't quite line up here with the other lines, but it's fine. It's not a problem. I've dismantled all of the original thing that I built up there, including all the chests that were full of plates. I've still got the chests that are full of plastic. I'll move those when I think I might build a red circuit factory in there so that plastic is at least close to where it needs to be. So it has taken a lot of toing and froing and picking up pieces from the building train and whatever, but it is now, I mean, this is now all full of items. And in fact, if I have a look, have I got my calculations correct? If I have a look at that is 460,000, yes. So each one of these stations, and there's 4 of them, will hold 460,000 green circuits. So I should have plenty available in the short term. Now, the only thing that might be an issue at the moment with the way that I've designed this is that each half of the train goes to a different factory. So it might be, see, this half of the train here for copper is empty and this half has still got stuff in it. So it might be, if it can't get the deliveries through fast enough, that one side or one set of factories might run out of ingredients while another set has still got plenty in. I'm not overly bothered about that at the moment because each factory is still producing, you know, vast quantities of circuits. See, that is 422,000 now already out of 460 to fill those up. And it's going up by like 1,000 at a time fairly quickly. So these things are producing circuits at a decent speed. And of course I've not actually built anything to use these circuits up yet. So now the other thing is I've only got... there's an iron mine up there, there's an iron mine there, and I've got a copper mine, and copper mine feeding the base. So I need to basically build more iron. There's no station supplying iron plates, so I need to get these 2 iron smelters coming online. So I'll put in some more iron mines for this stuff down here. But of course I've now got mining productivity 16, so that 45 million will be, let me just get my calculator open on my phone. 45 times 1.6 is 72 million is what I should get out of there. Now I do need to double check. This mining productivity is still going up, but I just need to double check and see if everything is still running smoothly over at the old base. Let's just have a look on the map view. Yeah, we've got lots of... That's only 2.8 million down there, so that's still... And that's getting used up quite quickly as well. Yeah, I've had a look at this a few times, and everything there, nothing no research is happening because we're not launching rockets quickly enough, and we're not launching rockets quickly enough because we're not making rocket fuel at a quick enough pace. And again, it's this oil supply situation. I think I might turn off these LTN notifications because they are. See, all this whole belt is empty, so oil production here is very sort of sporadic. I think it's because, yeah, I mean, everything here is all backed up. We're not actually using anything. I need to find something that will just keep using up, you know, because we can't do any research. We can't, you know, I mean, it's occasionally it produces some circuits or it does something. See, we've not got any plates being belts being made either because we're running out of yeah, we're running out of lubricant. So what can I do? Can I just set what can I do? Can I set another little train just to bring some extra plates or whatever into circuits or whatever into the other base just to keep things going? Have a little you know, sulfur train or something coming across just to provide a few extra little items here and there. It's an idea just to keep the other base sort of ticking along and moving, because as long as I'm using up some stuff I can still be making rocket fuel. So I'll have a think about that. I might just set up what can I do? Because it probably won't take too long to start filling up items completely. Even if I do have a little station here putting some stuff into chests. But once we start making some sciences, you see, I could have, so the red circuit factory will need green circuits, and I could get most of the green circuits from this factory I've just built, and then a few other green circuits brought over, or I could just make more red circuits over here. See, that would use or I could go back to my original idea of trying to use up see, I think it's only making the green, making the rocket fuel at night when it starts using up some of the solid fuel in the steam engines. I could just set up a lot more smelters down here, steam engines, and maybe just have the smelting on a separate electrical array. Right, let's just have another little think about this idea. If I go into maps and have a look at the electric network, so I've got this here. So if I cut those two, so that one there and that one there, which is going to be, I think, that one there and that one there. Let's just double check. That is now, they've all sprung into action. I do need to make sure that that does have some power. So have I got, I don't think I've got on me. So everything there is powered, but it's on two separate electric... Oh no, that one is still connected through there. You see how that just sort of slows down as soon as I break that circuit. Because I don't have enough. Alright, let's dismantle the other set of steam engines that I had over here. Let's turn the X-ray off. Make sure I'm not in the way of the trains, which I didn't really do there. Let's take all those up. Right, is that still getting its power from... Yes, that is still connected over that side, isn't it? Yes. That will power everything there. 35 out of 72, so I think I need to build basically 2 more. And I need 2 more pumps coming in, don't I? Is there any more water over here that I can get from? No, I think I'm still limited. It might be easier. No, I'll carry on building down that away, and I will right, that's 95 out of 108, so that should be, you know, keeping these in solid fuel. And of course, if I build they are still running and they are still using it up, but they're just using it quite sort of slowly. Yeah, there's no spare capacity in there. See, I've still got 44 left here. I was just wondering what to do with them rather than just... yeah, let's just dump them in there. Again, still worth keeping an eye on. Yeah, look at that, I've got some space science going in there. So, I mean, this mining prod 17 needs 35,000. If we have a look at, let's just move that out of the way. Let's have a look at the last 10 hours. Oh, wow, what was that? Oh, copper cable, okay. Space science. It was dribbling through. I was launching a rocket every so often, but it's now sort of sped up a little bit. Over the last hour, I've launched three rockets in the last sort of 20 minutes, but the one previous to that was 45 minutes ago. So they, yeah. It was very, very quick back then, and then it's, yeah, it was launching a rocket kind of every 45 minutes or something, maybe. which is not what we wanted. Alright, so regardless of what I need to build in the actual factory, I do definitely need let's have a look. Octagon 3 in on the right. I can build and kind of put one of those in there. Get that built and get that requesting some green circuits. So this is going to request green circuits and plastic and copper. And then once I get some green circuits moving, now I'm going to have this situation sort of cropping up all the time because this whole factory isn't going to run at full speed or at any kind of speed until I'm actually launching rockets and doing all the researches, because even if I get to the stage of finding something to use up the red circuits, it won't do anything until I find something to use up those items, you know, the whichever sciences it happens to be. So I'm constantly going to find myself in this situation where I put something in place and then it all gets backed up. So I might just put the stations down and then turn them off. That's going to be rails out, isn't it? Where is it? Rails out. So if I come back down to here and I'll have to just double check how I deactivate a station, but I think it's just a case of coming down to there and turning that off. And I might turn some things back on temporarily, just to try and sort of keep things moving a little bit and get some green circuits sort of moved from here to the red circuit factory or whatever. But I think I'm going to have to just test each factory as I'm making it, and then once it gets full then I'll have to deactivate the inputs, and then we'll just wait and see if we can just start everything all in one go at the end and get it all switched on in one go. That'll be an interesting exercise, won't it? Oh, I don't know if I had it on camera, but I fixed the issue. All these were red, and it's because this first station wasn't wired up to the combinator properly. So I've now got, you can see the wire gets highlighted when I move over this. All the wires now go correctly to the lights and then across to the next one. So I just dismantled this station and put it down again and wired it up correctly, and everything there started working as it should. Right, so I need a couple more LTN stations. Right, I'm going to say that is going to request plastic, and it is a minus 153,600, I think, in this setup, and that is going to be 32,000 because that's what the train carries. Right, so that was minus 153,000 of that. This is going to be right, so get my calculator out again. 153,600 times 2 is 307,200, because that is going to be, if I turn that one on, we shall see what it does, and then that one is going to be 32,000 of the copper plate. Now the other thing is, have I switched on these where's Spidertron? Oh, of course, yes, I can then empty that out a little bit. I forgot that those were going to go onto the lines. So, are these stations turned on providing the green circuits? There is one over there. That is going to be right. 40 times 200 times 8 is 64,000 is what a train can carry on that. That's got 460,000 in there. Ah! Jolly good, look at that. Right, why? Oh yes, okay. So that is now requesting some stuff. That means these lines should be moving. Where's the other station for this one? think it might not have been set properly on my blueprint or something. Now then, yes, that does line up with that there. Get that cable. Creating delivery, 64,000 electronic circuits, that's jolly good. Yeah, there's one over there. There's a train over there as well. Cool. So, if this is now... right, that is still not working because... So that is doing what I thought it would do. As long as we start moving stuff out of here, then yeah, it is definitely using up these trains. This train's stocked up in the depot now, so I'm happy enough with that. And then I'll just work on laying down the red circuit factories, and I might do it as ghosts in the main world. Make sure that I am working as ghosts. Yeah, I'll try and work out the best way of doing it, because I might, in fact, I'm just thinking I might run these lines back down here to have a central, and then rebalance them into like a proper, you know, 4 or 8 line system, and have instead of having with the green circuits the lines coming in at the top and bottom and the factories in the middle, I'll have the factories in the middle, the lines in the middle, and then the factories going up and down off that, because of the shape of these red circuit factories. It's, you know, have that vertically instead of horizontally, and have all the like a big bus in the middle sort of feeding up onto here. We'll see how that works. I might blueprint that. I mean, I can always have, as I've done here, another set of inputs and just have them all running, you know. See if I can get 8 red circuit factories in here like I did with the 8 green circuits. We'll see. We shall see, but I've done enough talking for one day, I think. So for now, I will say, see you next time.